What's up YouTube? Dave here, Studio Motors. Today we're going over the Jeep 392 versus the Ram TRX, but it's going to be a little bit of a different video. Today I'm going to tell you how these cars have nothing to do with each other. These two cars get compared a lot, and a lot of my clients, a lot of buyers that have never owned a Wrangler or never owned a Ram ask me, should I go for a 392 Wrangler or a TRX? The thing is, they are night and day different. TRX pushing a 6.2 liter supercharged V8. It's got 702 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque. The 392, 470 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, running a 6.4 liter V8 that's naturally aspirated. It feels a lot different. If you are looking for that raw, savage feel and sound and power, that's the car. How this thing feels is unlike anything else I've ever driven. Anything. And I am more and more in love with my 392 Wrangler by the day. Now, I'm not taking a bias towards this to put this down. Let me tell you why you would buy this instead of the 392. This thing rides way more refined than the Wrangler does. It's significantly quieter. It's significantly more civilized. The power is not just this burst dumped into your lap. Even though it's a Hellcat engine, it is a 6,500 pound truck. So the power isn't just unloaded onto you because it's a forced induction engine. So even though it's a higher horsepower, the horsepower comes on differently. It feels different, it responds different, sounds different. It's a whole different characteristic. Major difference between these two things are livability and usability. This thing's a pickup truck. It's got so much more purpose and so much more use than the Wrangler right off the bat. On top of that, it's way wider than a Wrangler, which means you got way more room. In general, you got more legroom, you got more headroom versus the Wrangler. Wranglers look big when you see them on the road with a lift and big tires, but these things are pretty small. So for daily livability, the amount of space you have in this thing, how many people you could comfortably carry in this thing is night and day. This seems like a very well thought out, very refined machine. Whereas the 392 seems like Jeep pissed off some engineers and a bunch of drunk, angry dudes got into a room and threw all their aggression at the development of this 392. That's what it feels like, that's what it sounds like, that's what it drives like. So what I'm going to talk about is drivability. That's the next thing. Everybody's giving you numbers on these cars, and they both have massive power units that are putting out some insane numbers, yet neither one's a sports car. So they're the talk of the town. And because they're from the same parent company, they're compared non-stop. The Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, the four-door version, this thing is about 15.5 feet long. That's not small per se, but that's a decent-sized car. The Ram TRX, 20 feet long, a little bit over 20 feet. Whereas the Wrangler, even though you wouldn't call this thing nimble, it is way easier drive in the city and for city living and for daily driving than a TRX is. However, all of our viewers that are driving pickup trucks and are used to driving pickup trucks, it's just another day in a pickup truck. If you are looking for that toy vibe, to get that childishness out of you, to get that I got myself a new toy, that's the car to go for. That's totally got that toy vibe. It's totally got that, hey, I'm not gonna give you everything that you need in a normal car. I'm not gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna be the most behaved, but you're gonna have a blast with me. We're gonna have a great time, but this isn't the girl you take home to mom. However, this one is much more refined in that sense. This is more of a sophisticated, compared to the 392 at least, executive in an office, everything is normal type of a vibe. Honey, we're going streaking. That's the Wrangler. I wanna go topless, take my doors off, we wanna have a blast. What's the major difference between a TRX and a Wrangler? This is the most expensive Jeep Wrangler you could buy. You have to pull this to lay the back down. All right, so no automatic seats. The 392 did get much better seats than a normal Wrangler. However, it's still a utility vehicle. And these are some of the things I'm talking about when I say you got to deal with certain things if you want to go this route. So if you're kind of like, no, I want my automated seats, I want ventilated seats and all that, that's your car. And it does an amazing job being that car. It's got more character to the seats. It's got so many layers of red leather and black leather and Alcantara and perforations, whereas this, it's got some brass stitching, and you know what? We'll take it. As Wrangler guys, we'll take the brass stitching. It's a very luxurious option. Thank you, Jeep. These buckets that are in the TRX are so much better than the seats that are in the Ram. They're much more supportive. They look significantly better. It's just a much more comfortable ride. On top of that, all the room you have inside of the interior of the Ram is crazy. If you're looking for a really sporty, high quality interior in a pickup truck, this is it. They're very, very different cars, and each one of these things does something so well for the Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep group. It does it immaculately well. Huge shout out to Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, Jeep, Stellantis group. You guys are killing it. You're on a great run. Please don't stop. Please bring back the Extreme Recon package. Thank you from all of us enthusiasts. Thank you to our viewers. I hope you guys enjoyed this different take on a TRX versus a 392. I'm trying to bring a different angle to you guys. So thank you for watching. If you know anybody that would enjoy this video, like, share, subscribe, and please send it to your friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dave, StudioMotors, we are out.